YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here with another video, and in today's video, I know a lot of people are ecstatic about this move. The Washington Redskins have not been the draft literally ended 30 minutes ago, and I said to myself once I was finished recording my last video, was that the Washington Redskins was not done. The Washington Redskins was not done making moves in this draft. So they waited till the draft was ended, and they didn't wait too long to get into the undrafted free agent list. So the Washington Redskins have signed tight end Thaddeus Moss. Many say that he should not have been undrafted, but he did go undrafted because of his pectoral injury that he sustained in the combine. I am ecstatic about this move, man, because a lot of people were mad that we didn't get a tight end, and now that we have a tight end who can become a day one starter on this team, I'm really happy about it. Randy Moss's son. A lot of people is going to start thinking, is Randy Moss going to come to the training camp and help out the receivers? I wouldn't think that too far into it. Who knows what the future holds? Maybe he just wants to be a dad that watches his son play football for his NFL team. Who knows? Maybe not. Who knows? But let's get into some of Thaddeus Moss's strengths. So he is the best run blocking tight end in this draft. He loves to run block, and he's probably the best one in this draft. So his strengths is willing to get grimy as a run blocker, treats run blocking with conviction. He says rolls his hip into base blocks and loves to strains and sustain the block. Gets into space and adjusts to connect with moving targets. Gave work to Big Cat Bryant in Auburn game, so I'm guessing Cat Bryant is probably a D lineman or something. Who knows? It says get into space and adjust to connect with moving targets. We already read that one. It says has tremendous hands and instinct as a pass catcher. It says deft footwork to twinkle toe the boundary catch. Wide frame allows bully opportunities against safeties. Reliable in catching what is thrown at him underneath. And it says plenty to room to grow and get better as a player. So let's go, man. We probably have the most complete tight end. And the reason why I said the most complete tight end is because they literally just said it. This is NFL.com. He has great hands. He has a lot to work on, though. Plenty of room to grow as a player and get better as a player. He has great hands, and he's the best run blocking tight end in this draft. This is why so many people wanted him. His weaknesses, let's get into it. He says ordinary athleticism. So that really means that he's not the most athletic guy, but can be at times. He says more smooth body than defined. So he doesn't have like the best body shape, which who cares, man? If you're not the most ripped guy, that does not mean anything. He says another point they pointed out was hand placement needs more consistency as a run blocker. So what that means is definitely another Redskin breaking news probably. So I'm gonna upload that video after that. I'm just getting to it. It says it says hand placement needs more consistency as a run blocker. So what that means is he probably holds a lot, or maybe he holds a lot, or he does block, but blocks in the wrong places. So instead of underneath the pads, probably doing wrong places, which can be coached up, of course. And I think maybe what they meant by that was that he has a lot of holding penalties, which can be worked on, especially when Ron Rivera is the new disciplinary coach. So he's probably gonna make him run if he's holding. So that better not be holding. It says not very sudden getting off the line of scrimmage and into routes. So it takes him a longer time to get into his route running instead of unlike other receiving tight ends, which is okay. I mean, like all these weaknesses I'm reading so far can be coached up and be taught better. So it's not nothing that's really to get freaked out about. It says frequently detoured by press, so basically he can't beat the press coverage. He says same speed rolling in and out of his turns, so he doesn't get no faster and change of direction. And it says has a get there when I get there route tempo. So he's basically, when they're saying is that he doesn't run with his full speed. He doesn't run at his fastest. He just jogs in his routes. And it says sluggish foot quickness getting out of his break. So he takes a longer time to get out of his break, which we gotta understand. He's a tight end. He's not a wide receiver. We don't expect him to be turn around real fast. You know what I mean? So he's a tight end. We don't expect him to be real fast getting rest, but I can understand why they say he has sluggish foot quickness turning out of his break, and it says below average to, wiggle after the catch. So basically, when he catches the ball, you know he's not getting nowhere after that. So all the weaknesses I've seen from Thaddeus Moss can be coached up, man. It's not nothing that's really bad of Thaddeus Moss. His biggest game that I seen was the one in the national championship where he had 2 touchdowns and his dad was going crazy. So I really love this move. I've ranked this move. This is probably either the second or third move. I like it, right? If not the second move, it's under AGG's move, and AGG's move over top Antonio Gandy Golden. That is, I really love this move, man. I didn't know how to feel with not having a tight end, but we had to stay down. He had to stay down, and I don't think this is the last undrafted free agent that we're gonna be signing. In fact, I think it's another player that we already have signed, and I'm gonna get you that video next. So without further ado, it's my boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe, help to the Redskins. Turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, or in this case, our Washington Redskins. And we got Thaddeus Moss, baby. We got our tight end. How do you feel about this move? I gave you my opinion. The floor is yours. Help to the Redskins. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.